that move forces you into Tarantula, which is pretty cool. And then finally, we get to the 4 Horsemen of the Apocalypse, the 4 characters that made me dislike the way this game is being developed, the 4 characters that turned the Tekken playing community globally into a bunch of salty cynics, the 4 characters that completely soured the relationship between the people who play Tekken and the people who make Tekken. 4 characters who all deserved better because they look cool, they animate beautifully, they have a bunch of fun ideas. The art department slew it when these characters were created, but the balancing was so fucking off and so fucking awful that it made us all hate ourselves and others. And those characters are, of course, Leroy, Fakum Lam, Kunimitsu, and Lydia, right? Leroy, the nullifier of consequence. Fakum Lam, the broken hitbox. Kunimitsu, the character that mixes you up just by existing, and Lydia Sobieska, the fastest turtle. Fuck these characters, right? Fuck them hard. So they were all nerfed in very significant ways. They had the longest list of changes of any characters, and I think Namco have realized that people aren't really buying these characters as much anymore. They're not worth as much in this overpowered state, so you might as well just nerf them and reduce the butt hurt a little bit for all the people who are upset about how overpowered these characters have been. So I think they are just applying a little bit of ointment to the burnt anuses of the Tekken playing community with these nerfs. But if these characters had been released in the state they will be in these patch, we could have loved them from the get-go. We could have invested time into learning and appreciating them, and we would be like, man, I love Leroy Smith. What a cool inclusion. I hope he shows up in the next game. People would talk about these characters that way and would say things like that, but they haven't. We've been compelled to hate these characters and to disrespect the people who play them for the longest time, and it sucks. And it shows you how bad balance is just such a bad thing for a fighting game playing community. It ruined big tournaments, it ruined discourse online, it turned people against one another. Fuck these characters, and I'm really glad about these nerfs. And honestly, I hope they're just big enough that they are in a good spot now and we can play and enjoy them. And I think it looks like that might be the case. Kunimitsu got away with the most bullshit, but her back two is worse, her really broken cartwheel is worse. Fakum Lam got gutted, no more back one, no more 3+4, no magic 4. And launch punchable 4-forward 1+2. These are giant nerfs, and they're precision nerfs to exactly the places you had to nerf for Fakum Lam. Leroy Smith, a lot worse. Lydia, a lot worse. This is all great stuff.